I don't know about you guys, but I have always loved deviled eggs. So when an opportunity to make the ultimate deviled egg out of an ostrich egg came up, I just could not miss that chance. So what we have here is a 1.6 kilogram ostrich egg. You can see it closer here from every angle. It's a pretty deep pattern on it as well. And for comparison, I will also show a regular 63 gram chicken egg. You can see nothing special about this one. As you can see, the size is vastly different. So without further ado, let's get into it. What you want to do first is start boiling the egg. Ostrich eggs take a pretty long while to boil, with sources varying from 1.5 hours up to 2 hours. The farm I bought mine from told me 1.5 hours, so I will go with that. Since the egg is quite large, then unlike regular egg boiling, we will first put in the egg and then the water to avoid possible spilling. So fill up your pot, cauldron or whatever you prefer to use and set it to boil. Through the long period of time, you do want to keep an eye on the water level, as a significant portion may and most likely will evaporate during boiling. Now that we have egg in the pot, let's skip 1.5 hours of boiling ahead. Alright, now that the time has passed, let's turn off the heat, place the pot in the sink, and let's shower it with cold water to cool down the shell as fast as possible. So as you can see, it made quite a mess of the oven here because I don't have a large enough pan. Mine is only 16 centimeters tall, probably it's like 18 or 20. So let's take some of the water off. Place it gently down in the sink, take off the lids, put it on cold, and just let it be like that for a few minutes. The ostrich eggshell is pretty thick, so I was advised to use a saw to cut it in half. For those of you curious, I will demonstrate how trying to peel it like a regular egg would go, just using a bit more force. As you can see, it looks quite rubbery at first glance. It has like a off-yellowish tone. So as I was trying to put it on a plate, you can see there some pieces actually did fall off. And so let's have a little taste of what it tastes like. It's very similar to regular egg whites from chicken. The aftertaste, it has more taste, that's what it's still, it's not bad, it's nothing special, but if I have to choose, I would definitely eat this egg white rather than chicken one. So let's cut this thing in half and see what it looks like from inside. A bit afraid of doing that because it feels so rubbery and I'm not sure if it's cooked all the way through, but apparently it is. Oh, that is a beautiful yellow. Close to the camera, as you can see here, it just looks amazing. It's like butter, just amazing. So let's have a little taste of what this tastes like. So let's try on this side. So let's take a little bit of this. That is amazing. It actually does taste a little bit like butter. That is absolutely phenomenal. Wow, that's amazing. Moving forward with the ultimate deviled egg plan, we want to scoop out all of the egg yolk using whatever method you prefer to scramble it into as small as possible. So I just like using a simple fork personally. So let's just get this yellow. Oh, doesn't want to really come out that easily. Get in the pieces first. Oh, it came off. Okay, perfect. So now that's it in the bowl. We just want to tear it apart into pieces, so it's pretty tough compared to the regular chicken egg yolk. Let's just keep scrambling it up. Now, onto the deviled egg mix. There are a ton of ways one could flavor the deviled egg, but what I personally absolutely love is adding a tad bit of butter, a spoonful of mustard. I'm using Dijon mustard for a little bit of kick, and of course the main ingredient, mayonnaise. The amounts I add are based on what I feel like at the time, so there's a lot of playroom with only 3 of those ingredients. And a little life hack for those that don't know, if your butter is cold from the refrigerator, you can just use a grater to easily get some butter onto the toast or wherever you need, and it'll melt really fast. So let's just get some in here. Not much required. Yeah, that amount should be enough. I mean, if it was regular eggs, I would add a bit more, but since this one already has slightly buttery flavor, then too much is too much. So let's just tap this empty into here. Oh. Not having much luck with this. And there we go. Okay, let's back this back up. Add a little bit of mustard in here. 1 spoonful should be enough for this amount. It's just for minor flavor. Let's go for 1.5 left. And of course the main ingredient, mayonnaise. So let's just, this one you want to go pretty much go nuts. Okay, so let's just cover it up. And now we will mix it together. We just use the same fork that we used before. Just gently start rubbing the mayonnaise into the egg. Once you have a slightly paste-like texture, you can move it a bit more aggressively. There we go. Now it's sticky enough that it won't fly out when you try to raise it. Okay, now that we are done mixing together all of the ingredients, we of course taste the mix to see if there's something that we want to add here. So let's take just a little tiny bit. Perfect, just perfect. Okay. Now all that is left to do is put it all back into the egg cup and garnish if your heart desires so. When I do it with the regular eggs, I just usually scoop the mix up with a spoon and place it in, but if you want to look a bit more presentable, I definitely recommend using a pastry bag or piping bag as it's known in the Commonwealth. It's really convenient and you can make the eggs look a lot better. For the video's purpose, I will also be using this bag. Just scoop all this in here. Paste it goes in quite easily. Now that we have our deviled castle built in the egg cup, you can garnish it based on your preferences. I personally like just a very mild garnishing, just a little bit of chives and dill. So, of course, fresh is always better in these things. So if you can have fresh, just go fresh. It's just a little bit of this. Look at it. just a slightly even spread. No need to bother with details, it's so huge you're not gonna have any clumps in there anyway. And a little bit of deal here. This one you can just grab and pull, and it'll come apart just well. And there you have it. I mean, the end product didn't exactly work out perfectly. We had a couple of issues. First one is the egg broke when I tried to get the egg yolk out, and the second one was that I didn't make the paste fine enough, so it just bursted out instead of coming out smoothly. But here we have it, the ultimate deviled egg. And with regular deviled egg, you would just grab it between your fingers, have a bite and enjoy. But since this is well, slightly bigger, you probably want to use like a fork or a spoon. So what you can do is just put the fork in here, grab a little bit of the white and a little bit of the yolk, and there you go. Simply amazing.